The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you. Oh, what a beautiful day in Africa. Our all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings, the most loud, General Assimi Goita has turned the tables upside down for the world giant. Africa, we are the ones that are allowing other people to treat us the way they want to because of how we always bow down to other people. But all in all, after making the United States of America to bow, has made the world gold giant Barrick to also bow down. And now dancing to the tune of our all in all, General Assimi Goita. And the world is shocked because they don't know how our all in all, Assimi Goita, managed to do this. We saw that there was this dispute between Mali and then the gold giant Barrick, and they even took all in all to court. Finally, they ruled in favor of them. You know, whenever you take us there, it is for them, so they always favor them. A lot happened for 2 years now, but finally, Barrick, the gold giant, the world, one of it, or maybe the most in the world, bowed down to our all in all, agreeing to the code of 2023, and they are ready to comply with whatever directives that will come from our all in all. So they have been given the go ahead to continue under strict obedience of what the nation demands of them.
I am announcing the imminent resumption of Barrick Gold's activities at the Lulu Gungoto site. This afternoon, the Malian government and the Canadian company signed a memorandum of understanding that puts an end to a dispute that has lasted more than 2 years. Among other things, Gant Minier agrees to comply with the 2023 mining code and will resume its activities with the support of the government. The foundations of a new partnership have been laid for the benefit of all parties concerned, Yaya Konet tells us. The end of a dispute that has lasted more than 2 years. The handshakes are warm and the smiles are not circumstantial. The Malian government and Barrick Gold have finally reached an agreement that will allow the mining giant to return to the Lulu Gungoto site. The agreement stipulates the end of the ongoing procedures, the company's acceptance of certain conditions, and the government's support to enable it to achieve its objectives.
Based on this agreement, the disputes, the financial procedures and the ongoing procedures initiated by the Barrick Group at the CRDI and the CCGA will be extinguished. It is important to remember that both companies will migrate to the 2023 code, which is an excellent thing for the state of Mali and for the company because, as we have said, we will do everything possible to ensure that the company can operate with complete peace of mind. The state therefore undertakes to renew the operating license of Lolo Saw, and then the state will sign an establishment agreement with each of the mines. It all started in 2023 with the audit of the mining sector, which revealed the low level of profit that the Malian state was making from its mining sector. This was followed by the adoption of a new mining code and a new law on local content, a text that mining companies were required to comply with. Today's acceptance of these conditions by the mining giant promises a number of benefits for the national economy. First of all, I would like to thank the President of the Transition, the head of state, for trusting us and supporting us throughout this time, because it was not easy, and thank God for that. Today, we are very happy to have signed this agreement, which puts an end to all the various financial, legal, and environmental disputes, and which really allows us to start afresh on a solid footing. I would like to remind you that the two mines were subject to the 1991 Mining Code, and that following this signature, we will therefore apply the 2023 Mining Code, which gives us hope for certain greater financial benefits. If we take TAVES as a basis, we can expect to have 70 billion per year in TAV. If we take the ISP, the special tax on certain products and the temp rights, we can expect to have 19 to 20 billion. If we also take dividends, it could be around 80 billion CFA francs per year. The contribution to the funds of the various mining funds is around 20 billion francs per year. And the fact that we have savings of around 20 to 25 billion on petroleum products that are no longer exempt, all of which have a budgetary impact of around 220 billion per year. This shows the importance of this group, with whom we are committed in any case to do everything possible to support them in the future. The Malian authorities consider this memorandum of understanding to be balanced in the sense that it preserves the interests of the state and the communities while guaranteeing the rights of the investor. The representative of the Barrick company welcomes the happy outcome. It is truly with great satisfaction that we are here today to be able to proceed with this signing. And, as I had to say, this was also possible because we had a patient partner, aware of its interests, and we took our time because perhaps everyone needed to gain confidence, everyone needed to understand the issues at stake, and that is what we were able to overcome to truly put everyone's interests first and be able to sign this agreement. It was also important for me to remind you that the state would like to remain a very fair state, a state that sticks to the texts, a state that regulates and a state that invites investors and that would in any case want to ensure that foreign direct investment can be significant.
Our leaders in the Sahel are proving to us that they are leaders and they are ready for the mantle. Unlike those in the democratic elected. Because it's like these are leaders are not ready to be leaders. That is the reason to which we'll find them thinking about how they are going to use opposition leaders against them if they do the right thing for their country and their continent. Africa, a lot is happening in our continent that is going against us. And we have leaders that are just watching, simply because it is people outside of our skin. But if it is our own kind, that is when our laws and whatever are working. But Mali is saying that it will never happen. Because this is our soil. And they have no right to come into the continent to be deciding what they think they want to do. Most of these institutions where they come into Africa, that is what we see. That they go about doing things that they think is pleasing them and not what will please us. As if we don't have laws here. But these laws are very much active when it comes to the ordinary citizens, like they always refer to us. And Africans, we need to wake up. If truly we want to see this continent move forward, and for us to get what we need, we have to get serious leaders. What we are seeing happening in the Sahel can never happen in the democratic elected because they will never allow them to do the right thing. They have to always dance to the tune of this their masters, and that is what is not helping us as Africans. And we need as Africans to fight against that system, and for us to get leaders that will do the right thing for the continent, that will have the continent at heart. And until then, we'll continue to be fighting and talking like they always do in the African Union, because that organization isn't there to support the African. If not, why won't they embrace Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso and allow the others to follow suit and rather isolate them because they are doing the right thing for the continent? Democracy is a system that they are using to fight the African, and until we wake up from that system, Africa will continue to be backwards because anything under that system is not supporting us. And if we have democracy in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, we wouldn't be seeing what we are seeing because we had democratic leaders that were there and these things were happening right under their nose. And nothing happened. And they are happy and hailing this kind of things that are happening. So we are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves, from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, in Mali.